What's special is that it has everything that makes academic medicine great. We have the fellowship-trained specialists, but we still bring the style and type of medicine that's indicative of a community practice.
We are all trained in our area of interest and expertise, so our
What's special is that it has everything that makes academic medicine great. We have the fellowship-trained specialists, but we still bring the style and type of medicine that's indicative of a community practice.
we are all trained in our area of interest and expertise, so our patients see a doctor who specializes in their particular injury.
I did have 2 consults with major New York City hospitals, but I just felt that the care was best here. I was treated like a rock star. The surgery exceeded any expectations that I had.
Hello. Can you hear me at all? Can you see? You got levels? Pretty boy, so we got one of these?
That's really. We got one of these, not two? Or do we have two?
It's picking it up now.
You got one. That's it. Is that all we can do? What's the left or right there? I was just talking, right? So I'm live.
I can hear you.
Hey, Alex.
Yes.
This is live if you want to go outside. Well, until we figure out something else. We got a whole bunch of talent and no equipment.
Hey everybody, this is Alex Goff with you at the URugby Bowl Series. We're looking at Eagle Impact Rugby Academy against Play Rugby USA. This is a high school level sevens game starting off today's festivities. Had a little bit of audio trouble earlier on, so that's why you weren't hearing us. But we're back. We're actually we're audible now, which is great to hear. There's about 19 of us who could be doing play-by-play, but we only have the one headset at the moment, so it's just me. Try from EIRA in the red, going from left to right, and that's going to tie it up at 5-5 early. We saw Elijah Phillips race in on a nice rugby field run for Play Rugby USA. So these are two elite level programs, high school players from around the area. Play Rugby USA, mostly from the New York City and Connecticut area. Oh, score though, just way out of trouble. Back up for the Spencer. Playmaker. Over, 12-5 status, coach master status of the Pelham High School program, a very good relative program in Pelham, New York. You remember that movie, The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, same place. Play Rugby USA, linked with the Community Olympic Development Program in the New York area. They have about 50 kids. That's a nice high kick. Oh, tackle there. But EIRA retains nicely. That's Anderson. Body up the middle. Slow ball. Still going to EIRA. That's the ball to the left. Rodriguez tries to keep it down. He's not there, but good cover tackle. And turnover for Play Rugby. Look at this. Now they got something going. Phillips. Offload. Nicely. Back to Phillips. Going to help. Rodriguez on the outside. Oh, there's a step. There's another step. Back to Phillips. Goodman. They were keeping the ball alive. Zero has it. Salter. He's going to take it. He's going to go through the middle. And right at the end of the first half, that's a tough blow to take for EIRA. Very nice work. Keeping that ball alive. Keeping it out of contact. What jersey? Yeah. Yeah, that would be Nathan Salter going in for his try. So we have tries from...
Try, Play Rugby USA. Nathan Salter. Maybe.
And Salter's kick misses. 17-5. That's halftime.
Literally, like, we're going to do AIC with this thing like a stick on. You think? I mean, we'll do it. I mean, yeah.
So yeah, I'm here with John Broker. John, you want to step in for a second there? Because you were doing you were giving PA announcing here on this. What did you see?
Didn't get a good look at it because I was, doing the stadium announcement there. But Play Rugby USA, if you look at this game, Alex, really, Play Rugby USA tends to play more sevens. We talked to Matt Bersanis, the coach of EIRA, and he said they really haven't been together for a lot of sevens. Doing a lot of skills, a lot of 15s work this fall, but really this is their first sevens outing. So I think that's showing through that Play Rugby USA kind of keys on that Olympic sport.
But we saw the EIRA's going into contact a lot more. They're trying to use Liam Anderson to punch through. He's not really punching through. They're making those tackles. And then Play Rugby, great job keeping that ball alive. We saw Billups to Rodriguez, back and forth, until everybody's sort of paying attention to them, and then ship it out to the middle, and Salter giving that dummy. Got to make those tackles, right? And the big guy, Gorman, goes through, breaks a couple of tackles, and a couple of things that always translate. One is you miss a tackle, 15s or 7s, there's trouble.
But really, I mean, you look at sevens, and I mean, it just magnifies your missed tackles, right? Like, a missed tackle in 15s is probably someone somewhere nearby. Sevens, everything is magnified 100%, and, you miss those tackles, that's what you're going to get.
Matt McCarthy looking very cool. Those are the shades. Where do you get those? Those are expensive. They look $6. See, don't ever pay more than $10 for a pair of shades or a bottle of wine. And here we are, beautiful. Iona, not Iona. Iona College, Mazzella Field. We have a full slate of games all weekend. High school sevens games, college 15s games. The first college 15s game coming up is the host, Iona, against AIC. It's going to be a big one. Interesting game setting up. So we have a kickoff now. Paul Devlin's going to kick off for EIRA. And as you said, John, those missed tackles are magnified, and a little bit of sevens acumen. Good high kick. Right under it there was Sansevero. And that was Spence going into contact for Play Rugby. Out quickly, Billups, first try scorer. Rodriguez, he's speedy.
What a step.
Like a water bug. And Billups just cuts through. You saw that seam. They're really not organized there at the moment. They need some help, and they get it with a bad offload off the deck. Devlin's picked it up. And then Jennings, one of the top players from the Pelham side. Jennings again, getting just a little bit too fancy with it, but they do get the penalty. Quick tap. And they're just taking too long to decide here. Just slow running and looking around. Lauman.
I really don't. I see EIRA getting in trouble here because they're really not using the width of the field. They've had runners outside there. You just saw that missed pass right there, wind up coming into a tackle. But they really got to use the width of the field, and Play Rugby USA is covering that much better.
Yeah, we're seeing they're a little bit unsure, so they're jogging, not running as quickly. They're not passing quickly. They're not making those decisions. Salter looks very confident. He's the one who's just sort of setting guys up for Play Rugby, and you see just moving just a little bit faster. And out it comes again. Salter, he's got Billups and Rodriguez outside him. He kicks it, bounces off a leg. 2 or 3 knock-ons. Referee says, let's play. Probably the wise option there. Great pass, taken right on the gallop by Owen Sansevero, straight in there. And that was Salter setting it up.
Try play rugby. Owen Sansevero.
Yeah, you can just, I said it a minute ago, but you can really see the seven skills and the sevens knowledge coming through from Play Rugby USA. I think this would be a good learning thing for the EIRA kids that, there's a little more space in the field. You really got to take your options and really try to beat someone. They're playing a little bit of a tighter sort of team game.
They just look a little bit more hesitant, I mean, you saw somebody in space as the kick goes over, makes it 24-5. In space, he's just not running at full pace because he's not sure anybody's going to be with him. He's not sure exactly what he's going to do, and just you start to lose seconds. So EIRA needs the ball in the Play Rugby half. Let's see if they can get that first of all. They're going to receive, see if they can make their way through the gain line. Good defense also from Play Rugby. Organized. Salter pops it up in the air. Phillips goes for it. That was a great contest in the air.
Good contest in the air there. Play Rugby USA comes down with it. I mean, they're really looking sharp here.
Wide ball. Rodriguez on the run. Forward pass, says the referee. I liked it. I thought that was looking really good. That was exactly what they wanted to do. And they're using the whip.
Referee Patepa, though, right there, on the spot. On the spot with the call, but not with the sound. But he really has the, throw that forward pass, clearing away. And EIRA's lucky to get away with that one.
Now it's come down to EIRA. Sanders is going to put it in. He's got a couple of options. Quickly taken on. He will run on his own. Took the contact, offloaded it. That worked out well. EIRA now moving ahead. Play Rugby looks very comfortable in defense, though. If a little bit offside. Referee says that was good. I think we had someone in from the side. Maybe. Stood up in the tackle. Salter now looking for some help. Oh, maybe he doesn't need it. Skips out of one. And that's Spence. That's their big guy up the middle. Salter again. Sends it wide. That was Hughes. Hughes to, I think that's Sansevero, far away. Owen Sansevero. All the way into the corner. And that was just textbook.
Try Play Rugby USA. Owen Sansevero.
And John Brooker, they would classic stuff. Send your big guy up the middle and then send it wide.
Yeah, they're really, they got it together here, and you're absolutely right. Just put a big fella through the middle, open up that space out wide, get it to a runner like Sansevero, and, it's going to be a long day for the EIRA kids. With just about 2 minutes left, heads are down a little bit there, but, 29-5 right now to Play Rugby USA.
Now, it's a game of possession, game of using the possession that you have. We got the sevens game here between Play Rugby USA and Eagle Impact Rugby Academy New York. Play Rugby leads 29-5. After this, we're going to see these guys play again. And then at noon, excuse me, not at noon, at 10 o'clock, a little bit after 10, I think, AIC and Iona will face off. Nicely taken. That kick. Ha! They passed through the legs. It was sort of man and ball. Understandable. Rodriguez nabs it, though. Salter, he's in the middle of everything all over the place. Billets again has it. Fakes this time, goes back inside. He likes that move, that angled run. Beat flag, over the line, in at Billets.
Just tremendous footwork there from Phillips. I mean, he just saw a couple of guys, saw the space, snuck in behind him, and, he was going in. There was no question about it. Phillips?
Try Play Rugby USA. Elijah Phillips.
So that's 2 tries for Elijah Billets. And he did see that seam to come back inside. So it took about 4 players out of the play. The kick goes over. Very nice. 36-5 We may have enough time for one more kickoff, but what we need to see from Eagle Impact, who scored the second try of the game, is a little bit better ball retention. We're going to see Play Rugby USA on the National High School 7 circuit. That elite level circuit that is starting this season. Didn't gather the ball, referee said went straight down. We're going to play. Makes sense.
Generous, but they're going to go.
Oh, nicely gathered in by Devlin.
Just not using his outside man.
No, and then the pick and the go again. Persanis, he's got a little bit of help there. He's got Ryan with him. Should have given it. Was taken down by Salter. That's going to be your ball game, John Broker. 36-5. Obvious who dominated.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys are going to play again in a little while, and we'll see if EIRA learns something from that. But really good showing there by Play Rugby USA.
Well, that's it for this game. We will be back in a few minutes with AIC versus Iona in the first College 15s game here at the Bowl Series at Iona.
My mother just texted that they don't have video or audio.
It sounds pretty decent. You don't have video or audio on what channel? Okay.
So I have a ESC roster. I don't have a printed Iona roster. How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, thanks. Alright, so can we do 2 of these? Or is there only one jack for these? Like we can only use one?
As soon as we get Greg back up here, I'm gonna just go get another board. We gotta go get another board.
But this is working out fine.
I can hear it, yeah. I mean, as long as you guys are talking into it straight.
Do we have audio out of the camera?
I think the audio's up there. But
the audio's up there. What does that mean?
so do we have the ability to plug in another of these right now?
There's 2 more plugs.
Right.
Are we trying to plug them both in here?
Yes, we are.
Can you hear me?
I'm testing my audio here if you can hear me.
I'm not hearing either of it. Alright, you try again.
Alright, so I'm testing my audio. Can you hear me here? But if it's there, is that better? That's on. Okay, hold on.
But talking like this is better?
Yeah. Now I can hear it.
That's weird, so.
But you can't hear this one?
I can hear it a little bit.
You can hear a little bit?
Yeah, I can hear it a little bit now.
Correct. Alright, so, I mean, is there a way to turn up the volume monitors? I've got them maxed out.
So if I talk...
That's what the board is for, to magnify.
Right, so I'm testing this, and if I talk louder, can you hear me better? Or is it just distorted? I can hear it there if I was just sort of like projecting, more theatrical.
I've got them both just hardwired right into here.
And you're gonna have to like belt it out. Announce angry. So do you have this AIC? Okay. So.
Talk into it. Let me hear how it sounds.
All right. So this is what I'm doing right now. We're here at Iona College.
We're starting with him.
If we start with me, right, and this is, and I'm talking, relatively loud, but that's good. Yeah.
Can you hear me as I talk? No. Talk again. Can you hear me coming through there now? Can you hear me at all? Or am I coming through Alex's mic? Alex Stern, same cat. Can you hear me at all? Try now. Can you hear me? Can you hear me coming through? Not really. How about you? If you talk again.
Yeah, can you hear me? Here we
You're
are.
coming in fine, yeah. So he's in the main audio there. See the try putting me in the other plug, see what happens. Put in that lower plug. And it's stupid. Try the right one. Try that one. Can you hear it through this one? Can you hear me at all? A little bit. A little bit? Well, you probably hear me through his microphone. Well, we don't know how deep this is either. That's the hard part.
And this is the PA mic.
Do we need to announce the teams? Do I need to announce these teams? Yeah. Announce the teams? Not yet. And after what? Hey, let's go.
Yep.
Gillian, man.
Hey, Tim. Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
John Brogan, how are you? We ready? We good? Feeling good? Yeah, it was,
I gotta do this team I gotta do the teams first before we even come up, so we'll just wait until we're...
So what we'll probably do is, like at a try, I'll be doing a thing like, yeah, this is good, this is why they start to try, while you're doing try.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could...
Or is it somebody else? We got other people. Does she walk? Does she talk? Does she pump?
Well, it's cool, actually. We'll have a rugby. I would rather do it much better. Because you're in here, you can't miss the hide on
audio too, right?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
No clue.
I'm the top.
He's the top one.
This is the top one.
He's the top one.
Okay, so then you're the bottom?
I don't have a schedule.
Alright.
What do you need to know? I mean,
I'm curious as to when I'm ready.
I have no idea.
Alright.
Sometime today or tomorrow. How's that?
I think it's like all day. I'll be running around like a maniac.
Yeah, we just
What's up, Alex? How you doing?
Winging it. We're winging it.
Yeah.
Good.
I watched your little show yesterday.
That was good. That was fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
Little show. Your little show yesterday.
Can you talk?
Come on.
Test it there. We're testing again.
Testing. Can you hear me at all? Testing. 1, 2. What do you want me to do with that?
Well, around the other way because unfortunately, this will be the anthem. No, I can't answer that question right now.
Rep shirt.
I can't answer the question. It's got to be over there somewhere.
Inside.
I'm going to put it around the other way because the girl right okay, from right there.
Gentlemen, how are you? How are you? Much appreciated. On the way, how are you? Good, how are you? Alright, you want to try now? Testing, 1, 2. So,
where to go to without so we can sort of make her feel comfortable. Excuse me, we're gonna have some people light right here? Yeah. Try not to die. Right, yeah. Step over all the So, here would be good. You'll be way up there, so where would the second? Master with 3 of you guys. Yeah. You do that and work with John and Alex. They're going to announce the teams, and then they'll say,
I'll stand for our national anthem?
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
I'll announce the teams, and then I'll say, please rise for our national anthem and hand you the mic. Steve, you want to cut up the sound and I'll get it going? Steve, you want to cut up the music? Good morning, and welcome to the second match of the day between American International College and your host, Iona College. Starting with American International, we'll give you the lineup. Skylar Adams, Blake Gurgle, Brian Lazat, Tommy Clark, Corey Momsen, Marquise Williams, Nick Rivera, Matthew Jones, Curtis Werner, Jihad Kabir, Christian Adams, Marcus McIntyre, Nick Franklin, Royale Jones, Mikel Magistral, Stephen Fobbs, John Ortiz, Tristan Lind, Malik Walker, Justin Leaphart, Colton Larkin, Kaheem Finley, and Calvin Harrington. AIC is coached by Rob Gyree. Thanks, AIC fans, for the rhythm. That worked really well.
Okay. Pat Quinn's going to come out with. Okay, announce that first, but I'm just telling you, I'm going to leave you alone.
And now, for your host, Iona, Dom Colasaco, John Delara, John Keene, Reese Humphrey, Corey Gardner, Greg Amity, Nick Delara, John Petteruti, Bryce Stanback, Mike Marrow, LeVar James, Michael Scarcella, Santi Muscolo, Matt Crow, Colby Marshall, John Powers, and Elliot Collins. Iona is coached by Bruce McLean. Whose name I just forgot.
The national anthem singer's name is Caitlin Gibbons. She's right there.
Probably going to forget that. So, okay, all right. Okay, just announce it.
Yeah.
Pat Quinn.
Is he coming out?
He's supposed to, yeah. It's okay.
And now we would like to welcome Pat Quinn. The 2016 Bowl Series would like to thank Quinn for the Win for their amazing support this year. ALS is a disease that never stops attacking. It's relentless and unforgiving. The Ice Bucket Challenge was an amazing start, where Pat helped to raise over $200 million, but Quinn for the Win strives to push further. Let's fight together. For more information or to make a donation, visit q4tw.com. Caitlin Butler, is that your name? Gibbons, Caitlin Gibbons. I'm going to do the national anthem. Yeah. Please rise as Caitlin Gibbons sings the national anthem.
Right now it is.
Good morning and welcome to this contest in the U Bowl, or the URugby Bowl games here of 2016. This is John Broker with Alex Goff of Goff Rugby Report, bringing you this matchup between American International College and the hometown Iona College Gales. Alex, this should really be an interesting game. You know, what do you think we're going to see in the opening stages here?
Well, it was interesting. We talked about it last night in the pregame show. You should go back to YouTube after you watch this game and watch it again, because we covered a lot of good stuff. But what's going to happen here is Iona College likes to get in your face. They work really hard. They hit really hard. They line speed on defense. So important to them. They're really going to need to push this and challenge AIC on their skills. The 10, 12, 13 connection for AIC when they have the ball will be very important for them. Need to move that ball smoothly. So that's the challenge.
And anything, you know, when you see a Bruce McLean coach team like Iona, they're going to be up in your face. That's Bruce's kind of life motto, I'd say, almost. He's a straight-up guy. He says it like it is. He's had some disciplinary problems on his team, but doesn't want to excuse anything for what he's bringing in here today. This is his team. He's proud, and he's ready to go. So we have referee Gilliam getting ready, getting set to go, as the AIC boys seem to be getting themselves psyched.
Well, the AIC boys getting themselves psyched. Iona College, they circled up with Pat Quinn from Quinn for the Win, an Iona grad, and sharing inspiration one to the other, I think, and they're ready to go. You know, McLean really preaches this whole thing about, well, let's tackle first. Let's play defense first. Let's get the simple things down, the things that you don't really need a lot of skill necessarily to accomplish, and then we'll build on the skill. AIC really working on their skill level, their attacking play. They scored 110 points last week. I think it's going to be harder for them to score 100 this time.
It's going to be much harder, especially with the hometown crowd in audience here, and we're going to have Iona. It's going to be kicking off. Iona in white and maroon, and AIC in black, just in case you were wondering. We're also joined in the booth here from time to time by Rugby Wrap-Up's Matt McCarthy. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, gentlemen. A glorious, glorious day for rugby as we set for the kickoff. Take it away.
All right, Santi Mascola set to go, and referee Gilliam. Referee Greg Gilliam set to get the game underway. And here we go as Mascola puts a nice high kick up. And Iona nearly comes down. I thought I spotted a knock on there from Scarcella, as did referee Gilliam. And we're going to come back. It's going to be a first scrum of the game here, nice and early, but really great kick.
Well, it was almost major problems for AIC. They targeted those outside backs. They targeted Royale Jones, the freshman, not very tall man, and they sent a couple of tall guys in to chase it.
And we have Curtis Werner, the scrum half, getting ready to put the ball in, looking back for Kabir, seeing what Kabir wants to do. Referee Gilliam wants to get this set. As Bryce Standback, the Greenwich High School product, looks there, and here's the ball away from Werner to Kabir. Kabir looks around the back and early attack here, looking to go into the middle of the field from AIC, and quick ball, quick recycle, and there they are once again on the attack, and we got some runners coming back here. As we talked about that really, really strong Iona defense just rushing right up there.
Well, look how quickly they get back in their line as well.
We have a first break of the game as AIC tries to keep the ball in play, but nothing happening there as we're going to have an early line out. And we have AIC's fullback down for the moment there, Mikel Magistral.
Yeah, Mickey Magistral, I don't know what happened. He seemed to be grabbing his knee. Very unhappy. That's a blow to AIC, but they do have depth in the backs, and still they want that guy in the back, behind the back line, to sort of directing things.
All right, we have a short break here as they tend to him. And Mickey Magistral is back up and ready to go. As microphones are falling all over me. Give me a second. Okay, I'll try. I'll do the best I can. Thank you. I actually asked. I said, I just draw. Here we have a first line out of the game. To Iona. As I step in, and you know, it's really interesting there. He does kickoffs, he does line out jumping, and he's our outside center in Muscola. But they go right to Scarcella, and we have a forward pod here coming through, and there he is again. Big Muscola, the Rye High School local boy. As we come into the ball, as they're out to Mike Marrow. Mike Marrow looks outside, steps back in. You'll see a bit of stand back, looks to a couple of forwards there. As the big number 8, Petaroon through. Marrow again, knocking in the back there, but Muscola comes up with it. Well, against Scarcella, the big runner, hit hard by that AIC defense. As Standback puts it out there. Good seventh play here as a 6', 200-pound Reese Humphrey drives the ball in, and now Marrow's got some space out wide. Let's see where they go here as Muscola one more time called into it early. Good big runs here from Muscola early.
I don't think he's going to see Iona want to go all the way wide much. They turned the ball over there in the contact, though. That's bad for them.
And we'll see as the ball rolls to the side of the field and out in touch again. Had that ball gone to hand, we'd be looking at something very different.
You see the phases there. And the phases is what Iona wants to do. They want to frustrate AIC to a certain extent. They weren't able to break through much in the first attempt, but we'll see better from them as the time goes on.
And that, you know, Iona's going to be a bit concerned about that. Go through a few good phases there and then turn it over. You know, if you keep stringing together the phases, and then turning the ball over, it's going to make for a long day.
Yeah, it is. You know, it discourages you, for sure. And turnover ball, that's the best attacking ball. AIC would love a lot of turnover ball.
And number 8, Matthew Jones, the English-born, the English major, player for the Florida Juice.
He's also English, but he is English.
Sort of. That's what I thought. And here we have Muscola again, nice lineup ball, working well like Bruce McLean thought it would. Scarcella can't handle it, and that ball is all over the place, but Standback moves it, and here comes Scarcella down through and loses that one. As we have an advantage here to AIC. We're going to go back for another scrum.
Well, that was exactly what they want to do. Let's pound it up the middle. Let's force them to make some tackles. You know, the old thing about run at the branches, not at the tree trunk. Well, they're running at tree trunks, and they're going to knock them back. But you got to hold on to the ball as you go through. Promising for Iona, ends up knocking it on.
We have another scrum here to AIC. There's the senior Curtis Werner set to put the ball in. Ball in the back. Jones's foot there. Jones just scoops it up, moves forward a little bit, but knocks it on while he's doing it. And great work there by Iona, really putting some pressure on the set piece.
Well, we talk about a Bruce McLean rugby team. Those teams are going to scrum well. He's going to make sure that tight 5 knows what they're about. And they wheeled out a little bit, shoved him back a little bit, just enough to put Jones under pressure. I don't know how much pressure he's been under in the scrum. You know, the AIC is a terrific team. They've played one game in conference that you would call really challenging, BC, Boston College. That was a tie. It was a great game, very good Boston College team. But, you know, how much pressure have they been under in the scrum?
They're up today. A Standback there gets set to put the ball in. Standback again. Well, change there as Iona gets penalized.
That was John Keane popping up for Iona. So that is going to be like John Keane.
And AIC just says, it, we can do it a bit better. And penalty here as AIC lines it up. Good touch finder there by AIC. It's going to be an AIC line out and a great attacking position.
AIC, let's
so really just, 6 or 7 minutes into this game, Alex Goff, what do you think?
This is the first time we've really seen AIC in the Iona half. And they've got a line out here. They have an attacking opportunity. Right now, this is going exactly the way Iona wants it to go. But this is a chance for AIC to turn it around right now.
Ball goes up with a little line out there for AIC. There's a number of Iona players that have to drag him to the ground. Kabir standing wide there as Werner goes in behind to Stephen Phobes, the junior prop. Little pop up there, and Jones is out wide. Jones steps back in. Realized he was on his own there, keeping the ball alive. Werner once again gets it to Tommy Clark, the freshman from Olympia, Washington. Now looking for somebody here, looking for Kabir. Kabir looks back inside for Marquise Williams, Virginia Beach native, as Kabir gets it back in his hands. Kabir steps one. The USA Sevens trialist gets caught up in a contact. Falls into the fullback there with a big hit. Mickey Magistrali. And thwarted there.
Well, really nice work from AIC.
Really
they mixed it up. I saw that little quick pop pass back inside from Kabir out to Williams. Well, that was very pretty. Iona held tough on the defense. Nice to see Tommy Clark get a little look there from my hometown and my home club, Bud Bay Barbarians. They've had a couple of guys from Bud Bay Barbarians come through AIC. So happy to see him run with the ball a little bit. But in the end, I think we ended up with a penalty, a knock forward in contact by AIC. So ultimate sort of a win for Iona for holding on.
We'll see how Iona can hold on here way inside their own zone.
And John, Iona doesn't care. They'll defend all day.
Absolutely, that's part of their game plan, and we'll see here as stand back, set put it in. Referee Gilliam makes sure everything is fun and happy in there. And the ball has been taken against the head there by AIC. AIC pops up. And I think the ball might have come straight out there as we're going to reset another scrum here. Again, we're looking at the freshman stand back. Puts the ball in, squeeze there by AIC, and Iona in a bit of bother here as the ball comes around. From our vantage point, can't see exactly who has it. Iona hangs onto the ball.
Long lad, right in front of him.
And Iona here rolling the ball forward. There's a couple of pick and goes here, trying to keep it tight. Make some room for Marrow to possibly kick it away as the AIC defense reshapes. And there is the ball. They're having to be forced to run from their own line there. A lot of pressure on there. Really, Iona may want to think about getting rid of this. The stand back just pops it up to one of their forwards. Work to not go very far at the moment.
Well, we heard that they weren't going to do much kicking. They might want to think about kicking now. There they go and go for touch. And this is one of the things that we heard Bruce McLean talk about this. He said, when you kick it all the way out. Get it into the crowd so there are no quick line outs. You don't expose yourself.
And we're going to go to maybe wrap up McCarthy here with some thoughts on the game and the Iona lineup.
You know, following up what you just said, Alex, about the kicking game for Iona, a couple of weeks back I did the University of Buffalo versus Iona match, and the number 13 for Iona, Santi Moscola, is a freshman. He's also jumping in the lineouts. He's also their goal kicker, but he's not kicking necessarily on penalties because he's not yet confident enough on it. Interesting note.
And we have a knock on there by big number 8, Matt Jones. And we're going to have a scrum here. Bit of a choppy start to this game. Just over 10 minutes in.
Exactly what Iona wants.
I'd have to say that's true. They don't really want to get into that, running match with them. Scrum here to Iona. Plenty of scrummaging practice today, and after the last couple of ones, I don't think this is where Iona wants to spend their day.
No, we talked about the scrum. We expected the scrum to be good, and then right after that, Iona got rocked backward twice. Kind of disintegrated, too. This is partly an issue. They did have some disciplinary issues. A couple of guys are getting sat down. John Delara, I think it is, who is moved to hooker. He's normally a flanker. That's something that's a big shift for them. And normally, Iona, they change guys around all the time. And you ask the coaches where people used to be, and it's like, I got a wing at fly half, and I got a flanker who now is a scrum half, and a wing who's now a prop. That kind of stuff happens all the time. He just moves people around. But a late move like that, getting Delara into the front row, that might be difficulty for them here in the scrum.
All right, we have another scrum here. Yeah, Delara you were talking about was a blindside flanker, leading try scorer for this team, now in hooker. Bruce McLean says he's up to the task. And here we go with yet another scrum. For all you front row aficionados at home, this is certainly a game for you as Werner puts the ball in, well hooked there by Delara. But that ball is tossing around in there, quick up by Standback. The Greenwich High School Cardinal product as they make their way across the game line, pushing back that AIC defense, and Standback, I think, does the smart thing and puts the ball back over there. As fullback Magistrali comes down with it. Magistrali moves it to the wing. One tackle broken, two tackles broken, and broken away here is AIC.
And that's Christian Adams on the left wing. He's a senior. They've got two guys on the wing with crazy hair. One's a freshman, one's a senior. Christian Adams is a very big boy. He was an All-American. He was a high school All-American. Then he was an All-American as a freshman and kind of fell off a little bit. And I think it was mostly about fitness. And he's come back fitter than ever this year. It is shown in his play. Not so much the try scoring, although he does that, but it's everything else. And some nice tackle breaking there from Adams.
Yeah, getting back to Standback, his mom prepares post-game meals for both squads, which is probably the most important contribution.
Absolutely. This is Standback. You have our stamp of approval as another ball goes forward, almost in the same exact place. I think we're going to have the 15th scrum on the same spot here as Iona is going to get set to put the ball in.
I'm not sure it was the last time AIC hadn't scored in the first 15 minutes. It's got to be frustrating for them, but this is exactly how Iona envisioned this game to be in their best case scenario, which was being physical in defense and defending a lot. They knew they were going to defend a lot. It's 0-0. Iona's perfectly happy with that right now.
Gents, we just sent our man Trost down to eavesdrop on the respective coaches' camps. So we'll get some more tidbits in a second.
All right, sounds good. As AIC is able to turn that one over, and Kabir gets it out there, and Magistrali puts it out to the freshman wing, but push it a little forward there as Royale Jones couldn't handle that. And we'll come back for yet another Iona scrum.
Well, right in their face, forcing a mistake. The passing is a shade slow from AIC because, for the most part, defenses try to contain them and worry about being sidestepped so they don't come up really hard. Iona wants to come up really hard. They're willing to sell a few missed tackles to do that.
Matt McCarthy, it's a new day for our sport because our wing is calling for a hair tie over here.
And I am, count me jealous. My kingdom to call for a hair tie.
And here we go as the ball comes up, and the captain, Petteruti, takes it to the left, but well handled by some AIC defenders. And ball not turned over as AIC tried to get in there, and referee adjudged that they kept their hands in there a little bit too long.
You know what? I gotta say, if you're gonna call for the hair tie, you can't be doing that. If you're gonna go with the hair, you gotta deal with it. That's end of story.
And we have a penalty. That penalty was for hands in. And Marrow, we watched him do some kicking practice yesterday. kicks it up, and one of the University of Mary Washington players fields it. You'll see Mary Washington, the mother of this country, play against Temple at noon today. Hopefully you'll hear it too.
Yeah, hopefully he'll hear it. There's a shortened line out from Iona this time.
And he is their target there, is Mascola. He is something else. And they send Scarcella, not surprisingly, barreling through the middle of the field to get some go forward. And here they go again through Mascola. That center combination is really, really important to this team.
They need a few more Italian names on the Iona roster.
If they split between Italian and Irish, it's a true New York team here. True New York rugby team here as Standback moves it, and Petteruti looking for a way through, but keeps his feet and pushes the defense back as he crosses the gain line. And now the ball gets moved to Scarcella. Scarcella to Mascola. The ball back to Marrow. They are really playing tight here. I think there's one player outside of the 15-meter margins for Iona. They really know how they want to go about this. But ball turned over there, and Kabir has the ball in his hands. And there goes Jihad Kabir. Jihad Kabir, fresh off some time with the USA camp, stretching his legs. And the Perry Pride product, with his former coach Tal Bear in attendance, docks down for our first try of the game.
Hey, turn over the ball is the best attacking ball. Jihad Kabir, he's a special player. He was not running full out on that. He is faster than that. He runs as fast as he needs to.
Come on, let's go.
He had help out there, but it was that patience on defense from AIC was very impressive, because Iona said, we're going to challenge you up the middle, well, we're going to make you defend us. And they did that, and then they ripped the ball out, and then quickly, pass, it's gone.
Kabir listed at 5'11", 215. I'm not sure he's gotten his back to make 215, but certainly a quick runner.
Yeah, that's a generous 215. But he had like a Perry Baker-esque kind of glide, and it didn't look like he was even giving it full throttle. And just to note, we have a very rowdy, happy contingent of Yellow Jackets fans here, and so they've made the trip.
AIC lines up for the conversion.
Come on, turn it up! All the way up!
And no good there, as
Conversion is no good. AIC leads.
I believe it was Magistrelli. We're 5-0 here at this URugby Bowl game between American International College and the hometown Iona Gales. As once again, called to the front is going to be Santi Mascolo.
But John, everything's going the way Iona wanted it to, except those turnovers. You cannot give the ball up in contact, and that'll kill them if they continue this way.
Again, they go to that short side, and Scarcella went up by AIC, comes down with the ball, no problem there. Ball goes out into hooker Blake Gergel's hands. Gergel puts a little tip pass away, moves him forward. The ball is back out there. Werner standing in at first receiver. The ball moves out there to Christian Adams. Christian Adams thinks about somebody else and keeps it himself. As Werner sets in and gets the ball back to Gergel, the 5'9", 190-pound senior. Werner again, this time finds Kabir. Kabir's got a big runner. Misses him and finds some space. And Kabir is in space again. Tries to step one, little fancy footwork, but loses the ball there. Well played by Iona, and offsides kicked ahead by AIC after that. And I think Kabir just got a little bit ahead of himself there.
He tried to make it all happen right there. He sidestepped a couple. He did have support with Matty Jones, but he had way more Iona people around him, needed to take contact.
Yeah, it was nice to see the way they utilized Jones as a dummy there, and then freed up the sprinter.
And here we have Mike Marrow finds touch safely. Marrow doing a good job here. The Bishop Hendricken, really impressive program there in Rhode Island. Has produced about 3 or 4 of these kids from Iona, and they're playing St. Bonaventure, a lot of other great schools. Really great rugby program there in Rhode Island.
Hendricken's doing a great job, and they've they have been playing in Massachusetts. We understand that maybe they're looking for a different conference to be in. An excellent program for many years in Hendricken, and we're seeing a lot of kids from the Massachusetts and New York area in these teams, but also from elsewhere. Perry Street Pride, there's 3 guys from DC in AIC and all the way from the West Coast as well.
And it's turnover at the line out there. Got the ball back into AIC's hands. And just an errant pass winds up with Magistrali having to take the ball into contact. And here comes a bit of forward run here as Matt Jones takes a little tip pass there. And Werner, quick ball, but quickly wrapped up by Petteruti. AIC continues to roll forward. Forwards are trying to make a little space here. Nice bash there as Tommy Clark moves the ball, and Kabir forced to kick a little bit. Didn't really have a lot of play there, and ball goes directly in a touch. We are going to come back to about the midfield here for an Iona lineout.
You know, when I do a little bit of coaching, I usually end up talking about kicking, and I ask players, why did you kick? Even when you're doing a scrimmage, why are you kicking? You got to have a reason for it. And there, if Kabir was going to kick, he was going to kick because they weren't really going anywhere. He needed to get some distance, and instead he just hooked it into touch on the full. Ends up being a line out to Iona in the AIC half. You got to understand what he wants to do with that kick, which would have been to kick and chase it.
Mascola there comes down with it. The ball goes back into Marrow's hands, and Iona gets her line out together.
Following up on what you were saying, Alex, Billy O'Connell, one of the coaches for Iona, is an excellent kicking coach. He was an excellent kicker in his own right for the New York Rugby Club.
Marrow looking for some space there as Iona stringing together the phases, looking to make something happen here. And, you know, anybody's guess would be they're going straight up the middle with this as they once again bring the ball forward and stand back to Marrow. Marrow slips it wide there.
Get him on the boat! Get him on the boat! There you go!
Ball goes into touch there as it was Colby Marshall, the Piscataway, New Jersey native. Put the ball into Matt Crow's hands there. And sorry, not Matt Crow. And we're going to have a line out here to AIC.
You know, with these suspensions, there would be four starters that were healthy that were scratches, and 5 total if the other guy was healthy. But Paul Burke, the forwards coach, assistant coach for Iona, was one beast of a loose forward. And you can see that with the way the Iona defense and the flankers cover the field.
AIC bobbled ball there going back, swarmed by some Iona defenders. As ball stolen there. And here goes Iona on the roll. There's Greg Amity. Gets that. Comes in. Here's Scarcella. Scarcella to Marrow. Marrow moves it wide there. LeVar, that's not LeVar James.
Keep it in the middle.
Let's say that's Matt Crow from Chaminade High School. They just switched numbers. Chaminade.
Get the ball.
And here we go again as the ball comes back to some of the forward runners for Iona. Another good tackle there by AIC. And a little space out wide here. We'll see where they go.
Ball.
As Colby Marshall, well, 5'8" and 160 pounds, takes the ball into contact, sends the ball back to DeLaura, the team's top try scorer. Marrow again, Petteruti, the captain, unceremoniously dumped. A stand back.
Yellow Jackets with some stinging hits in defense right now, defending their line.
And again, Iona, I call for them to keep it tight right here.
Oh, they're just working every little phase, every inch. They're perfectly comfortable with that. Oh, it looks like they may have gotten there.
And they're right on the line here. They're certainly not thinking champagne rugby. They're just thinking about a try. As referee Gilliam calls it up, and we're going to have a scrum here to Iona.
Well, even when they've gone quote-unquote wide, what they've done is if they're on the wing, it's that 2 or 3 guys are around them. Nobody is going alone, and that's critical for Iona. Ball retention, and then get in there with support. But they're hitting as hard as possible, just making the gain line, working your way through the gain line. That's going to work. It's punishing stuff. They're willing to dish it out. AIC is taking it and absorbing it at the moment, but it is hard work.
I would certainly color us surprised with about 15 minutes to go in this first half of this URugby Bowl game. It's 5-0 to AIC. AIC, one of the vaunted programs in this country.
John, John, what color is when you're colored surprise? what is it? Is it a green? Is it a yellow? Is it a?
It's fuchsia.
It's fuchsia.
It's fuchsia. Yeah.
There we go. We've settled that long-standing question.
Iona has the ball in, squeezes it forward. That's a stand back, has to put away quickly. Marrow covered with defenders. Still inside the AIC 22. As one of those forward runners comes ahead, and there he goes. I believe it's one of the Delaras. As the ball comes back out there to Scarcella. Only knows one direction to go. We have some players standing wide here as AIC really making a menace of themselves at that breakdown. The ball here coming. Thought it was comes Iona. We're going to have another scrum here.
Well, AIC is trying to poach the ball in the breakdown, and you'll see on defense, Iona not really. They'll send one guy in. If he can get it, he can get it. For the most part, they're fanning out. AIC trusts their pace to get and cover those outside channels. They also know that they don't have to worry too much about covering the wing. So they'll send more people in to get that turnover. Iona is worried about being exposed in the back line, so they'll fan out.
You know, the co-captain, Scarcella, he looks like he's shot out of a cannon every time he goes into the line there, and that's what you need as a 12. You need that guy testing the defense, asking them questions, but so far, you know, AIC has stood up to the challenge.
We're going to have another scrum here to Iona. Ball quickly moved back, but...
Here we go! Here we go!
Bit of a mess there, and ball rolling around. I'm not exactly sure what the call is for. We have a penalty here for Iona. And I'm not sure that guy was 10, but we'll find out. Or maybe on the line down there. He might have been pretty close. As
Details.
As Iona is looking for the try here. They have no intention of going for post today, I would imagine. Marrow looks to go on his own. Mascola goes back, but turnover there. The ball bounces.
Lost opportunity there for the Gales, and AIC on attack.
AIC quickly on attack here, and that was turned over there great by Royale Jones. The ball moves into Gergel's hands. Gergel, little tip pass. Huge hit from Iona. And Kabir, little chip ahead, sees some space. Again, directly in a touch. I don't think he's really judging these sidelines.
Yeah, Breeze might have caught that one. But I was just thinking, if Iona doesn't score, is that going to be a discouraging thing? You know, you battle, you knock on the door, bash on the door, whatever you want to call it, and if it gets cleared away, does that discourage you? Well, they're still in an attacking position, but they really should have scored right there. They're right on the line just at the last second. They got impatient.
In the words of Steve Thompson, my Maori coach at the New York Rugby Club, he should have put his boot away. Put your boot away, put it in your pocket.
Iona here through John Delara. I think AIC has figured out who their jumper is, but no problem there. Oh, Mascola bobbles it up. Good work by AIC. Referee has spotted yet another knock-on in this first half, and we're going to have yet another scrum in this first half.
That was the freshman outside center, Mascolo, going up for the line out there and couldn't handle it cleanly. But that's the versatility of this kid, and he's a freshman, guys. He's a freshman. Any surprises for you guys so far?
Well, I think that we talked about it probably being close. I am very surprised that it's only the one try. I think I said something like 12-9. I thought we'd see a couple of penalty goals for Iona, and AIC would score at least a couple of times. I guess I'm surprised at how well Iona has defended.
We do have 10 minutes to go in this half, so we'll see where they come. But I'd have to agree with Alex there. I thought this would be a couple more tries on the board, but if I was Iona, I'd be pretty pleased at the moment. They've been able to get in their half, we're able to push them, and here we go again as the ball comes out quickly, and Marquise Williams is forced to pop down the ball. Kabir looks back, finds Magistrali gets to Adams. Adams doesn't look for any teammates and winds up taking into contact. Hasn't put too many passes in yet. A set of forward runners come back.
Well, in his defense, Royale Jones overran him, so he didn't. If he had passed it, it would have been forward.
Werner here puts the ball onto the midfield, and that was Nick Franklin, the sophomore we haven't seen yet. New York Rugby Club product.
Yeah, we've got, I'm not going to act like I'm impartial here, fellas, when it comes to the New York Rugby Club and the University of Buffalo. We got a sprinkling and a smattering all over this pitch. Greg Gilliam, my former teammate at the New York Rugby Club, is the referee, so he knows all the dirty tricks as well.
The game is slowed down again here as it's going to be line out to Iona.
And it's not the conditions because it's a spectacular day here in November. Indian summer, sun-splashed field, clean turf, and we got a burst by Iona.
And that's great. There's Greg Amity. Finds a little chip pass there from Scarcella. Now the ball back out. Mascola again up the middle of the field. Mascola is doing everything that's being asked of him right now for this team. And here comes Iona, having to dig a couple of AIC players away there. Scarcella spots a little space in behind, and Scarcella on his own. Was he taken in the air? We have
Try.
We've got a try.
Is that a try, or is this a try there to Iona for Mike Scarcella? Just a tremendous individual effort there.
Well, right up the middle. One run, quick ball, rip that guy out of the way of the ruck. Quick again, straight up the middle, first channel. And then they go wide, and he sees that there's no fullback home, chip over the top. They know this field, they know the bounces. Take the bounce, try.
We got ourselves a dandy, fellas, a dandy. And if you're just tuning in, and hopefully you are, you got to tell folks about this because this kind of thing is special. It just shows the growth of rugby in the United States, and we're all just happy to be part of it.
And we are at tied at 5-all here with about 7 to go, and Iona is going to try to stretch this lead. Mascola. Don't have enough notes about him to say anything else. He's been involved in this game so much, but looking to put the kick in.
I think his dad was an Argentinian rugby player.
And it's good, and Iona takes the lead, 7-5 over AIC at this URugby Bowl game. AIC, I'm sure, ready to answer.
All right, come on now.
This is a big moment for AIC. See how they respond. See how they get up off the mat. It's been a punching contest so far, and literally these both teams back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, with little to show for it really on the scoreboard, which shows the defense that they've been playing.
Magistrali there puts the ball up high, and nice kick there. AIC may push that forward, but referee Gilliam says no, and Werner here finds the big number 1, Skylar Adams, political science major. Ball's out to Kabir. Kabir there puts it into the big number 12, Marquise McIntyre, but referee Gilliam sees that pass slip forward there, and McIntyre, another Pride rugby player there, a number of those guys being watched by their old coach Tal Bear today on the sidelines are really making a difference, but just slip forward.
Yeah, it's a nice flat pass. It's what they want to do, but the referee was right there. That's exactly what they wanted to do, though. AIC win that ball in the air, quick ball. Let's go. Let's run a play.
Once again, it is going to be Iona ball.
I think they ought to utilize Matt Jones a little bit more than he's the English kid, if I'm not mistaken. He's the number 8. He's a load off the back of that back row.
Again, pressure from AIC, but able to get the ball out there. The ball in Scarcella's hands. Scarcella moves it to Mascola. And quickly AIC in there, but not coming in from the right direction, says referee Gilliam, I believe, and gonna have a penalty here.
I think the signal was he's a porpoise. He's a porpoise. I think it was just diving down on the ball, not staying on your feet. And we haven't seen a lot of penalties. We've seen a lot of mistakes, right? We've seen a few knock-ons. The kicks out in the full, I don't think that helped AIC at all. And just, he's like a fumble in the line out, then a fumble in the scrum. The scrums have been ugly, fun ugly, but ugly. And I think both coaches would say, let's just clean it up a little bit, huh?
Fun ugly. Fun ugly.
Describes most of Matt McCarthy's Saturdays. As here we go, the ball is up in Mascola's hands. And Mike Marrow comes down with it, and Scarcella only knows one way between 2 points. And ball comes back to Mascola. This seems to be a good set move from there, but it is paying off. As both of their centers are bashing holes, and Marrow thought he saw that hole. Disappears.
The bone Tony Marrow.
Boom, get him down, Corey, get him! Get the ball, let's go!
Baduka.
Yeah. Stand back there. Looks the big number 4, Reese Humphrey. Humphrey barrels the ball in. Stand back there looking for someone to go to as the ball goes to Nick DeLara, brother of the hooker John. And now we have the ball out wide here to Reese Humphrey.
You gotta stop him, let's go!
Iona turns the ball over there. AIC, great little work, but Magistrali is just going to power this ball down into some space.
Get the ball, let's go, come on now!
As Colby Marshall
Here we go!
fields it.
We gotta play it, let's go! Go,
And there's Christian Adams with a great take, a little bobble, but he's across midfield as Iona forced to scramble now.
And he was looking straight into that high sun on that catch. Not an easy play.
As the ball comes down into the hands of Nick Franklin. He moves it. There's Jones with a little tip pass there. And breaking through the middle is Nick Rivera, the sophomore flanker. And AIC late in the first half on a charge here. I think they've realized, it's time to play. And the ball goes wide there. Magistrali takes another pass from Kabir. Seem to have a good connection, and Kabir steps in at the scrum half position.
Unofficially, about 3 minutes left in this half, John.
And there's Matt Jones. Matt McCarthy says they should use him. They start using him. I don't know who's listening, but here we have a turnover to Iona this time, and Iona forcing AIC back, and we're going to come into scrum here for Iona.
A way to keep the Iona runners, especially the centers, from piercing that line, or put them on their back foot. Make that big number 8. Take it right to the centers of Iona. That's what I'm doing if I'm AIC.
Come on, Manny!
And we have another scrum here for Iona. Matt Jones makes his way in. I think he was ready for halftime. As we have the 2-minute warning on the board, but referee Gilliam's keeping official time. Let's see if Iona can continue to withstand the scrum pressure coming from this AIC squad.
Greg Gilliam, always a smile on his face, but he was hard on the rugby pitch. He has that country strength. You know what I mean? Just hits you, and
What color is country strength?
Country strength is like a deep brown and turns to purple after a while.
Like a nice bruise.
Yeah.
And here we have Iona set to put the ball in again. Standback getting a lot of practice on his put-ins today. Ball quickly back to Pederudi's feet, but bobbled ball, and here goes some more tight play as a standback forced to carry it on his own. Takes a generous roll. And the big hit comes in there from Tommy Clark as Greg Amity continues to carry the ball forward. Ball's in Marrow's hands.
Great hair on that ball carrier.
Greg Amity with the hair. And the ball comes out there to Corey Gardner, another Bishop Hendricken player, the both second rows from that Rhode Island program. And the ball comes to Marrow. They get a little room wide if they want it now, but the well-coiffed Amity takes the ball in again.
I don't know if I'd call him well-coiffed.
And they're stand back looking for some room there. And he's hauled down by an AIC forward.
We should be in the final seconds, probably under a minute here right now, officially.
Iona has withstood an AIC challenge there. Still leads 7-5 as the ball gets moved back out there. And here we have a little bit of a scuffle.
This is the result of the fact Iona has played West Point and Kutztown and Penn State. They're not afraid. They've seen a lot of really big, scary teams that score from 95 meters out, all that stuff. They can handle it. They're not just sort of worrying about it. As a result, they haven't backed down at all. And AIC, what do you say at halftime? You turn around and say, guys, relax. You've still got 40 minutes. You have the capability to score 4 tries in about a minute and a half.
Yeah.
But you don't have to, right? Don't force it. Go score a try.
just go score one, see how it goes.
Great point. Couldn't agree more. I mean, and that's one of the great things about these sort of conference matchups is that, you know, we have a couple of teams here from Rugby East and the ECRC. And, you know, we're seeing what these conferences amount to. And, you know, the great competition that Iona plays is really a factor here.
And this is what's important on the lower levels of rugby, the grassroots levels of rugby, to have these kinds of competitions growing, taking place, players getting to test themselves. As an athlete, you want to know how you stand against the better teams.
A penalty for Iona here as they move the ball forward. I heard somebody say something about a yellow card, but I'm not sure. As we're going to have possibly the last play of the game here with an Iona lineout. I'm sure Iona would love to go in with some more points.
Did we miss a yellow?
I don't think so. We just had a talk.
Okay, our mathematician Alex Goff is able to count out both teams. And again, Mascolo comes up there, and Mike Marrow goes for a run this time. As Greg Amity comes in and clears it off. Stand back there finds Mascolo. They'll move off their line out there. Quick ball to Marrow. Marrow's looking for some space in behind there, and there certainly is. As Iona comes down with the ball, can't see the number, just move back in there.
They turn it over.
Colby Marshall, and a turnover at a crucial moment here in the dying seconds of this half.
Nice defense from AIC, getting that ball in a crucial moment.
We had Nick Rivera turn the ball over there and take it forward, and AIC on the run. Iona able to reset their defense here as Gurgle moves the ball on. Big pot of forward sitting out there. The attempt at the chip, probably ill-advised.
Put the boot away. Put the boot away.
Now the ball comes wide. Only 3 runners out there, so we'll see what they're going to do. Let's try to put it back over there for the freshman Royale Jones to run onto, but ball rolls into touch.
Not sure why you'd give possession away there, especially when you're approaching midfield. Put your head down and run it, or pass it, but do not kick it away, specifically if you're not sure about your foot. Easier said than done from up here.
Let's go, AIC! Come on! Come on,
Here,
AIC!
half's not over yet. We're going to have another Iona line out there.
So we do have 4 you need on AIC.
AIC seems to be a man down.
Kabir is out.
Jihad Kabir on the bench. That's interesting. Normally not an ill-disciplined player, as Scarcella finds his way through a couple of defenders again. Stand back. Grabs a slippery ball.
You know, Alex, you had said earlier, have a reason to kick, right? Some of both, you know, ignorance was wasted on the youth. Oscar Wilde, right?
Another pick and go there by the Iona forwards. And with a man advantage here, and particularly with playmaker Kabir out of the game, this could be pretty interesting as Marrow pounds the ball down.
I butchered that Oscar Wilde quote. It's youth is wasted on the young, not ignorance. Nothing about ignorance.
Ignorantly wasted as Gilliam calls for halftime. And it is Iona 7, AIC 5 here at the URugby Bowl Championships. We'll be back with the second half in a little while, and in between we are going to have EIRA play Rugby USA in 7s one more time.
Steven, you want me to announce that now? Tell me when. Oh, no. Okay, so wait, what?
I think there's a 15-minute game here, so there's going to be a 7th game.
Any of that come out?
I can hear great.
Yeah.
We're supposed to pick players of the game. Okay. We're supposed to pick 3 for the winning team and 2 for the losing team. Now, Siano handed me a form.
My mother's got the feed, so an 18-year-old woman can
Okay,
get it.
good.
All right, that's important. Yeah, she's 82, so she can get it. She can hear it. Hi, Mom.
Hold on, Ryan. Get in here.
Alex. Get in here, Alex.
There you go. There it is. Aerial shot. 1, 2, 3.
Come on, get in here, Siano.
Get in here. Get in here.
I was going to take the picture.
No. There you go. 1, 2, 3. There you go. That's one on the internet.
So,
camera puts on 10 pounds.
man of the match after this game. 2 men of the match for each team.
All right.
So you guys pick them. Yep. And because of this situation, do you want to hand them out, or I can hand them out? You call it.
Yeah, well, we can switch back
Do the announcing. You can do the announcing. However you're doing it.
What's special is that it has everything that makes academic medicine great. We have the fellowship trained specialists, but we still bring the style and type of medicine that's indicative of a community practice.
We are all trained in our area of interest and expertise, so our patients see a doctor who specializes in their particular injury.
I did have 2 consults with major New York City hospitals, but I just felt that the care was best here. I was treated like a rock star. The surgery exceeded any expectations that I had.
Can somebody grab me a water? Discuss it like sharing a water with me? I don't mind. Yeah, I am. Because then I get all your Yale cooties. Yeah. Look, so it's a ICR. Forgot to bring a diploma. That's right. Do you want me to have the lineup first? Do you have the play rugby lineup?
I do. I feel more privileged already. Yeah, how about that?
We don't have an extra roster for these.
During halftime, we have a 7th game between Play Rugby USA and Eagle Impact Rugby Academy New York chapter. This is a elite high school level 7th game. EIRA New York is in red. Play Rugby USA is in black.
I was like, oh my God, I'm
What
just
the hell are you doing?
Ruining this game.
What's the move? What's AIC? Are they?
No, I mean, both teams are getting frustrated because both teams are playing really good defense. And both teams are hitting hard. We knew that going in.
Not a lot of penalties, though. I mean,
No, however, sorry, go ahead.
Iona would like him on the mic. Can you interview him right on the mic?
Yeah, right now? Yeah. At halftime? Okay. Well, we got
Really?
doing this.
Really?
After this, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do it after the game or 15 minutes. Yeah. We got some waters over there. You want one? Yeah, you got one. Yeah. I'll grab it. I think it's like leaning against the. We can get somebody. You got to do this. It's ICR. They were playing this.
So did you yellow card?
I yellow carded the kid, and I told everyone. And minutes before that, I told the AIC flanker. I said, hey, listen, watch the chippiness. We're getting too crazy. And then it was their fly half. 99%. That was the second punch that I saw, or second grab that I saw. You know, so I told everyone that. So I'm pretty sure it's the second one. So we're on the lookout.
All right. Hey everybody, we're watching EIRA New York, Eagle Impact Rugby Academy against Play Rugby USA, Play Rugby in the black. This is the second 7th game of 2 that these two are playing here at the Bowl Series. This is during halftime. Play Rugby USA won going away kind of 34-5 last time. EIRA struggling to play some 7s the first time around.
Yours looking better now.
Doing much better. This time around is Eagle Impact Rugby Academy, working the ball a little bit better, not just seeking contact, going around the edge. There's your big guy, and that was Mike Jennings, shrugging off a tackler, and in for the try for EIRA New York in the lead.
Try EIRA, Mike Jennings.
Earlier today, these two played, and we saw 2 tries from Elijah Billett, 2 tries from Owen Sansevero, some really nice work from Nathan Salter. Connor Gorman got a try as well. 34-5, Play Rugby just dominated. They just kept the ball alive, and EIRA had a tough time just getting the ball or getting anywhere going. This time they kicked off.
Conversion no good.
And retained possession, worked it very nicely, got a penalty, quick tap from Luke Persanis, and then went left. So 5-0, EIRA New York leads early. I think this is going to be a short game. Don't know why they're taking so long to start this. I think we need to get an extra ball put at midfield. And a bit of a worm burner kickoff. And looking to use Gorman on the outside. He's a big boy. You gotta tackle him. You gotta tackle him low. He shrugged off one. He shrugged off a second. Chase down. And he's got a little bit of space, a little bit of pace as well. Connor Gorman, coast to coast. Yes.
Try Play Rugby USA, Connor Gorman.
There's your answer from Play Rugby. And really, way too high in the tackle were the EIRA players. They needed to get low, shoulder into his stomach, and drive him out. Gotta say, in these short halftime games, maybe we eschew conversions altogether and just get back to midfield and play a little bit. Salter's kick is high and proud, but a little bit to the left. No good.
Conversion no good.
And so it's 5-5. The kickoff here from Salter. Right up there, Jennings, a try scorer. He's challenged by Phillips, who knocks it back, and it's going to go into touch. It'll be a line out for EIRA. Again, slow going with these teams. They played the game earlier today. EIRA's been practicing a lot more 15s. They got a line out. Not sure if they know they got a line out. And a short one, Jennings back out to Persanis. He stays in field, beautifully sent out. Luke Sauls linking up with Brill. And then that's Roland on the outside. He breaks out of a tackle now, makes a move. He's still alive. Tried that one-handed offload, but he wasn't able to hold on to it, and it just went skittering away. And now, trouble for EIRA. Good things going for Play Rugby. Can he find some support? Doesn't look like he's all alone. Tackle and poach taken by Sam Lohman. Nicely done by Lohman. Not back 10, Play Rugby. They got problems now. EIRA, they have it. Working the ball a little bit more. Back out it comes. Wide, Persanis. Persanis let it go through his hands. Fumbled it forward, but penalty. I think that's a high tackle is the call by the referee. And the tap and the move. Lohman. And out to Jennings. I think, not sure who that was, but it is a try for EIRA New York, that's for sure. So just waiting for the guy who's coming back from the try line to turn around just to make sure we have it. It's not Jennings, I thought it was, but he just made one of the passes. We just need him to turn around. Why don't you just... No, he's going to just walk slowly back. But 10-5, much better from EIRA New York. And the kick is away. It'll be 10-5. And I think we have time for one more kickoff, one more sequence of play. Johan Roland. Johan Roland was your...
Try EIRA, Johan Roland.
And the kickoff did not go 10 meters. And a final attacking opportunity. Hoey gets it started. Gorman. Hoey again. And that would be Geltman, the captain. Gorman, big long pass. Gorman again. And blocked away, knocked backward very nicely by Quezada. And look at that. EIRA lost 34-5 earlier. And they have the ball again, 10-5. Jennings pops it. Persanis out to number 3. And that is Roland. And Johan Roland fends off and goes in for his second try.
Try EIRA, Johan Roland.
And that makes it 15-5. Fascinating what'll happen if you've got kids who will learn and will listen to their coaches. A harsh lesson this morning, 34-5 loss, and EIRA comes right back and just changes it up. And that is going to be it. For the first half. Remember, this is a halftime sevens game. While we're waiting for Iona and AIC to come back on the field, they'll be back for the second half. Iona's leading that game 7-5, by the way. See what kind of adjustments Play Rugby USA can make.
That's special is that it has everything that makes academic medicine great. We have the fellowship trained specialists, but we still bring the style and type of medicine that's indicative of a community practice. That's special is that it has everything that makes academic medicine. That's special is that it has That's special is that it has everything that makes academic medicine great. We have the fellowship trained specialists, but we still bring the style and type of medicine that's indicative of a community practice.
We are all trained in our area of interest and expertise, so our patients see a doctor who specializes in their particular injury.
I did have 2 consults with major New York City hospitals, but I just felt that the care was best here. I was treated like a rock star. The surgery exceeded any expectations that I had.
Going left to right. He's a fast one. Nathan Salter to kick off for Play Rugby. EIRA leads 15-5. Play Rugby looked a little offside on that kickoff, but hey, that's rarely called unless it's really, really obvious. Loose ball, barely retained, it looks like, by EIRA. Penalty against Play Rugby. We're going to stop, going to have a chat about it. No wrap. The referee says, please wrap up on the tackle. Good enough. Tap. And there's Jennings, first try scorer. Oh, the interception, John Rodriguez. Didn't we tell you to watch out for him? And that was telegraphed all the way from the other end of the field. And John Rodriguez goes in for a try, a key try for Play Rugby. And just like that, turned around.
John Rodriguez.
The conversion is good by Owen Sansevero. And we have a 15-12 ball game. Sloppy stuff from EIRA. They just thought it was going to happen for them without really paying attention. Deep high kick, they let it hit the ground. EIRA has it. I think that's Lohman. Good drive. A smart move from Persanis. Keep that going. There's Jennings. Offload, beautiful offload, lovely take off the boot top. That's an odd call. I'm not quite sure what that meant. Not racking up on the tackle. It wasn't made, but penalty for PRUSA USA. They tapped it. Salter twice getting involved in that one. Santivero. Now there's Rodriguez looking for some space. Didn't find it. He just shifted out. Geltman, the captain, long pass out to Foreman. Foreman says, it's alright. We can go past. Foreman's playing for the smart rugby here. Salter again. Side loses it. Oh dear. Turnover. I'm going to take it. We'll go for the first knock on here. Put in by Felipe Brill for EIRA. We have a scrum reset. We love a scrum reset in 7. And lost by EIRA. Play rugby has it, and they're going to cut back to the right side. Salter had Geltman with him, but opted not to use him. And go back the other way. A little bit frantic. There goes Phillips back in. Good to see him come in. Rodriguez again. Rodriguez is over. And that is a huge try for Play Rugby. Puts them ahead. 17-15.
Try Play Rugby USA. John Rodriguez.
And the kick is no good. We just need to get someone to get that ball to the middle so we can speed it up. Oh, they kicked it. They kicked it in. We're going to be waiting for a ball. It's kind of a different look from both of these teams in the second half. Much better work from Play Rugby. Rodriguez is so effective, and certainly EIRA being a lot less secure with the ball. Excuse me. And now EIRA has it. Play Rugby looks pretty comfortable setting up a defense. Jennings. And there's the fend off. Now that's from Anderson. Jennings again picks it up. Out Ryan. Oh, there's the big charge. Oh, he wrong-footed the sweeper. Is anybody going to help him out? There's someone, but no one there to actually take that ball. Turned over. Salter steals it. EIRA penalizes. A great run there from Sam Lumen. Play Rugby gets it back though. There's not enough support from EIRA in that. Kind of surprised everybody. And the cutback. Another cutback. That would be Santivero. And we end up getting a penalty. So another penalty again for like a shoulder charge on a clear out. I'm really not understanding that call at all. Anderson not using Jennings because Jennings was kind of too flat. Anderson took a look at him and said, you know, that pass is going to be forward. 10 by Play Rugby. The cap's going to come for Cody Ryan. A little bit of a personnel shift for EIRA. And that'll be Kazada. Kazada sidestep out to Jennings. Jennings got all kinds of space. He's going to cut it back to the side. Troussard. Beautiful pass in from Jennings to Thomas Troussard. And that puts EIRA ahead 20-17 with the
By
kick to
EIRA, Thomas Troussard.
I think even those penalties are for sort of like a charging in dangerous play in the ruck, not putting your arms out and driving. The kick. Yeah, that's good. Pumps his fist, and that's going to win the ball game. That's it.
That's game. EIRA 22, Play Rugby USA 7. Now get ready for the second half of American International College versus your host, the Iona Gales. You want me to start yapping again here?
Yeah.
Give me the.
Did you already announce them? The big kid from Play Rugby. The kid who scored twice from EIRA. Me too, I saw. How do you want to do this?
Well, let's get through this, and I'll go in, and I'm going to talk about how I have the holy trilogy of rugby writers from Rugby Media. This is American Rugby, Rugby Wrap-Up, and the Golf Rugby Report. Surrounded by greatness. And then I'm going to go to you and talk about that, and we'll pick it up.
Doing what?
I can recognize Dubé.
Hey fans, congratulations to Eagle Impact Rugby Academy and Play Rugby USA for two really excellent sevens matches today. Terrific stuff for Play Rugby. They won the first game and EIRA won the second game. For Play Rugby, our players of the day are Connor Gordon and John Rugby.
As AIC again. So we're just getting started here, and here comes Iona and Nandifa Dubé in.
Congratulations to Iona Roland and Mike Kazan.
7 minutes in the what are we looking for in the second half?
I think we're looking for Iona first off to take advantage of this penalty that with being with the sin binner. And right now they're to them up the gut.
There's Dubé, newly into the game, the prop Nandifa Dubé.
We're going to present the game ball for this game. Luke Persanis.
Move back in. Andy looking to move away. And there is Mascolo taking it in once again. And we're moving a little wider here in this second half here as Iona gets the ball forward, but a knock on there by AIC. And we're going to have a scrum here to Iona. And here we're bringing in from This is American Rugby, Ryan Trost. Ryan's had a chance to talk to some of the coaches at halftime. Ryan, give us your thoughts.
So, both teams are competing really hard, and for Iona, that's exactly how they wanted to go. They've been priding themselves on their puncher's chance all year, and when I asked Bruce about that, is this the puncher's chance you're looking for, he said, you know what, brother. So, he feels good. I asked him about the subs that he had in for the regular starters, and he says, we're 7-5, I feel good about that. As long as we don't turn over the ball, they're fine. Asked the AIC their thoughts early on. It was good. They liked playing in their end. They thought they were neutralizing the Iona scrum. But in that later part of that half. They were catching tackles instead of putting the shoulder in and getting a good line speed, and that really burned him a bit. So he wants to see a lot more better possession in the second half, and Bruce wants to see just more of the same.
Thank you. And we'll be going to rotating the game. And AIC quick to pick it up. And we'll see where we go in the second half here as AIC looks to capitalize. Jones stepping in at the first receiver position in the absence of Jihad Kabir. Werner on the touchline there. Iona trying to drive him out and successfully do. Iona line out.
Yeah, they're hard on attack right now, but AIC weathering the storm with that penalty, John, and it looks as though, is it over? I can't really see with the glare here. Is the penalty over? Is he back in?
Kabir is not back in yet. He's got about another 4 or 5 minutes.
That's good.
Here we go to Delara to put the ball in at the Iona line out. Santi Mascola.
John Ortiz with a nice fend on that run, it looks like.
That was knocked Ortiz away. Knock on there by Iona, and we're going to come back here.
The old not wear the number trick.
Yes. No, John Ortiz quite well, wonderful human being. A little shorter than that guy that just carried the ball. But we're going to make do here. Rugby wrap up leaves to this. And we're going to have a scrum to AIC. Interestingly, in the absence of Kabir, we have Nick Franklin stepping in at the center position, and the scrum half, Curtis Werner, moving out to the center position. So a little rearrange here as we also have Big Matt Jones standing in the center. So this is some interesting switches here. And I would look for Jones to come up with this ball, but mistake there on the scrum from Franklin, and ball into touch again. I really just don't think AIC is used to playing in a field with this little room on the sides. They keep kicking into touch and running into touch, just creating problems.
Well, you've got that Iona defense that we talked about the first half. They are well-versed in protecting the outside. They've got some strong defenders and runners of their own in their own right in the backs. And, you're just going to have a battle for the rest of the match.
And here we have into touch again.
This has to be a boost for AIC right now, because they're really kind of dictating the flow of the game a man down.
They really want to just wind that out and get through that and get Kabir, because he's such a game changer back involved. And here we have a line out for AIC with Blake Gurgle. Ball up there into again to Jones, moves it wide. And there is Marcus McIntyre puts the ball in contact. Werner now back in with the possession. Adams moves it back in. And there is Nick Franklin, the center. Back out here into a forward pass heading in the right direction for this AIC team. Go, Christian! And there is Werner, and awarded, I believe, a penalty. Whoop. Got a whistle here.
Adams, John, just willing himself with about 25 Iona tacklers hanging on him. 25.
25. I think I saw Bruce McLean in there as well.
It was a gale of gales.
As we come back in with a penalty for Iona back on our line. Just about 7 minutes into this half. Should be almost done with Kabir's yellow card, but I think in the meantime we're going to have this penalty move. AIC sets up rather slowly here. Got a couple of pods of forwards. Got some runners out wide. See where they elect to go. Gillian forward there, but I think number 4 AIC, really, you know, this is going to be a test of this Iona defense.
Yeah, they're
the backs at AIC and a couple of the big guys up front and stuff like that. But last couple of years, if you asked the previous coach Josh Macy, you ask the coach now, Rob Guyrie, they'll talk about Kurt Werner and how he makes it move.
Right, AIC, Curtis Werner.
And he's a senior, he's very smart, and with all those bodies flying around, it's his job to get some quick ball out to those backs.
And gents, that try, I was just in You know, just last week, Kurt Werner was bagging groceries. Oh no, that's a different story.
I think this one is a bit better than that one. We're going to come back here in Iona with and for all reasons.
This Kurt Werner could very well be bagging groceries.
Kick. Jonathan Lewis in here. We'll just, you know, add process from AIC now. Not looking to do too much as Jonathan Kabir is back in the game after his penalty against AIC for coming in the side. And, you know, they managed to get some points there with Kabir in the bin.
What's so bad about bagging groceries? It's an honorable profession.
I'm not going to bagging groceries. I'm saying, you know, as a college student, he could very well be bagging groceries right now. I worked the food service line at the University of Buffalo. That was fun.
All right, that's good. That's good. I just tried to do journalism jobs during college, but they didn't pay.
Yeah, I know. Writing for the UB Spectrum was not something that paid.
Journalism still doesn't pay all that much. And here we have a penalty, going to be an Iona lineup just outside of the AIC zone, so they have a chance to pull ahead again here as they're 5 points down.
I beg to differ. We are rich beyond our imaginations being able to do this, gentlemen.
Imagination being the key word.
We have some lineup changes for Iona. A couple of. That's going to be see how this lineup functions with all those changes.
One of my favorite men, Kifa Dubé, is in there, number 21. And here's Iona with a huge Ross McLean intended move headed towards the line. Nope, referee Gilliam's going to bring it back. Scrum Iona.
Well, he was very clear. He was right on there and knew exactly what he was looking for. But we don't have, and I was told by Bruce McLean very quickly what the changes were. I think Scarcella hurt his shoulder. Was that not the call? And we've got a change in the front row. We'll see how that settles. Very important scrum for Iona this early in the this early in the second half. And see how they can keep it together and keep that drive going.
And we are. And here we have the scrum to Iona.
Got a Darrell Hall and John.
One of my favorites is, oh, here comes stand back with an ill-advised option pass. Doesn't go to hand there. It's going to be an AIC get out of jail lineout.
You know, when you're young and you're playing this game, you tend to try to do a little too much, and sometimes at the wrong time. That was one of those examples. He wishes he had that one back.
Stand back, the Greenwich High School product. Not getting it done with that one.
Greenwich High School, of course, the well-coached team of Broadway Joe Kelly.
Rockaway native, Greenwich resident, Joe Kelly.
With the bowl haircut.
And here we have a scrum to AIC.
I don't know, I call him Uranium Joe Kelly.
True.
Joe And here, held up in his own line is Christian Adams, and Christian Adams just sneaks outside. Tough position here with a small try zone. Space found though, and number 13 freshman all over the ground, but AIC has to look at that way of Beeler for it. Pick up for the see what happens here as Werner rolls through and there's Royale Jones, the freshman. Back to Beeler, handle there.
Penalty to AIC.
Penalty offsides, AIC.
Yeah, you know, in no man's land, I'm sure that was the wingback comeback for Iona. But he was in no man's land. You have to make that decision. Come up on the ball hard. He didn't. And that one hopper is Sat Jones, who says they call me the lad.
All right, let's go. A little bit of chippiness creeping into this game. Referee's trying to keep a down head. That was the whole discussion earlier in the first half. And we saw Jones trying to get that ball quickly for a quick tap. It was sort of ripped away by an Iona player and sort of rolled into touch. Jones says, hey, they're throwing the ball away. Legitimate complaint from him, but no call for that and just let's take the penalty. But look at this game now and the emotion that's happening. Back and forth. Iona should have scored in the corner. Now they're defending.
Come on, Blake! AIC with the lineout. Slow to come. I was in no hurry to get them a ball to get this game started, as Iona's preferring to, slow it down a little bit here. As Corey Momsen calling lineout calls here. Here's the second round number, Tony Clark. And now he's coming in his hands. Jones. Not quite handled there by Franklin. Looking for the safe side. Werner. As little guys like to do, take it into the biggest guy on the field, on the other team, and we're in a pick and go battle here with AIC.
You got to be a little nutty to be a scrum half, right? Well, let's be honest.
The big fella Jones takes it and just settles it in, and there's Werner, spots some space in behind. And let's see what happens here as Merrill goes back on it, but ball rolls in a touch. AIC loses that possession. It's going to be a line out to Iona, but very close to their own zone.
I tell you what, I said 12-9 at halftime, and it's 55 minutes in, it's 12-7. I'll take that, right? That's pretty close. Iona College, I mean, it really, you almost want to look at this performance and say that almost any college team, you have no excuse now, because these guys are undersized, and they're not necessarily pedigree, quote-unquote, talented, or something like that. They're working so hard at this.
Get the ball! Get the ball! AIC push back with Iona coming down for the ball.
That was a big line out take by the freshman Mascolo. And now throwing the ball around, see if they can do something here, guys.
Amity came from the flanker position to replace the center, and Mero looks right. And Iona rolls forward a little bit in their own zone again. They have decided they want to play. And ball taken, nearly taken quickly there as Iona gets a penalty. AIC was offsides according to referee Gilliam.
That doesn't mean offside. That means
what does that mean?
Lineout was not in.
That means first down.
Well, so yeah, it's like down here, man.
Well, they called it as a penalty, so go with what I saw. As Mero finds a safe touch. Iona fans wrestling for the ball over there as we're going to have just at midway a lineup here for Iona.
Come on, guys! Get the ball! Get the ball! Turn it up! Turn it up!
I just want to say this is terrific.
Alec Baldwin cameo there as Iona puts in the ball in midfield, and can't get that one. I think AIC may have figured out who their target is in the lineout.
Clark went right up there and smacked it back and just rolled into touch. It would be interesting to see if they're going to continue to contest that. I think they want it. Again, it's a turnover. So that would put them in a really nice attacking position if they could steal a couple of those.
Iona winds up making a yard or two off of that, but the ball's back in touch, and here we go again. Mascola again up, but no problem there. Can't get his hand to it. throws that maul. A bit too far out from the try line to go all the way, but you never know what these boys are going to do as they're drawing in that AIC defense. Real power here from this set of forwards. Ball finally hits a deck, and they pull the penalty there as it's pulling down by the AIC forwards, and Iona has a penalty just about 40 meters out, or 30 meters out.
Gotta love that maul. Bruce is going to want that to be executed correctly. They put student body fluid on that, and the only way to stop it really is to bring it down and commit a penalty. Iona is in shouting distance. They're only one score down. They're going to work very, very hard to work their way down the field. It's going to take them a long time to score, but they score here, they can get ahead. They can put pressure back on AIC. This is a very tense game, really fun to watch.
And Mao tips it down in the sponsors row there. We're going to have just the inside the 22 line out for Iona as Delara sets himself up with Coach McLean standing right behind him.
You know, if they score a try in the corner here, and Mascolo is the one that kicks the conversion, I've seen him kick from that angle. It's going to be ironic because he doesn't have the confidence to kick for touch, but he can kick from the angle and on these big kicks.
Iona says more of the same as they get a maul gun. Shirt's been ripped off and but Mao finds it, slides right through there as not John Ortiz wearing number 17. Takes the ball. Big number 1, Don Colasacco, the Greenwich High School data professional race car driver, takes the ball in. And Iona really together some tight phases here. We'll see where we go as they can go again. What's going on here? AIC has a lot of defenders jammed in there. We'll see where this goes. Dubé, the replacement, takes the ball in, nursing a bad shoulder, but here for the Iona cause. And once again, here's the ball. We have an arm out here from Gilliam. I believe we have a penalty advantage, but there we go. As we come back, penalty for Iona. No try, but I want a shot at this. What are we expecting here, boys?
You know what? They got to just do more of the same. Be patient with the ball. Go faces if you have to. Control the ball. You cannot lose possession here.
No complaints there. That's exactly what they got to do. They got to, whether you call for a scrum or you go and line out in the maul or you just tap it and run your forwards forward, it's all the same thing. Suck everybody in and continue to punish them in those interior channels.
Here we have a quick tap. Dubé takes it forward. That's for Dubé. Great story, but maybe turned over to AIC. Puts it forward, and Iona forced a scrum. Ball back in the AIC. I thought it would have been a turnover. Rolling it on, and Mao moves across field. There goes Nick Delara taking the ball in. Now trying to move a little. Takes another ball, does the 5'8", 195-pounder. Now the ball is in the Mao's hands, but he doesn't have a lot of runners here outside of Mao. He's got to be careful. Playing a tough game and running to go wide there can have its mistakes.
There's a turnover.
And there it comes as the ball gets knocked forward. Corey Momsen in a bit of bother on the field here as referee Gilliam slows it down for a minute.
Big turnover. Big turnover on the part of AIC to stop that drive by Iona. And now the clock is starting to become a factor. I know it's only a 5-point match, but with the nature of the beast here, the way these guys have withstood each other on defense, this is a big turn of events.
Well, Skylar Adams was right in the middle of all of that. Corey Momsen was right in the middle of all of that. Nick Delara, these guys are really battling to defend against an approach that they haven't really seen. If they've seen this tactic before, they haven't seen it done as well as Iona's doing it. They usually are able to turn it over and go coast to coast and score. They haven't been able to do that, and they've been patient, and they've been physical, and they've been good technique, keeping it low and not getting in penalty trouble, things like that. So AIC, goal line defense, very, very impressive because it's something they haven't had to do in a while.
And here we have AIC with a scrum inside their own half after that turnover. Again, URugby Bowl Series. This is John Boker Golf Rugby Reports, Alex. Rugby Wrap-Ups, Matt McCarthy. This is American Rugby's Ryan Trost running around here somewhere. We really have the Holy Trinity. From Kabir to set somebody loose. As AIC has decided they want to show what's going on here and draw a quick penalty, not releasing that by the Gales. The Gale wins, kind of knocking their papers around here. As they go quick, here's Kabir.
Interesting strategy there. They didn't go for the kick. Instead, they kept the ball, and they're inside their own half the field, and that's going to be another block by Matt Jones.
Well, that was a huge knock on there by Jones, but they may have been offsides there. That rushing defense just getting ahead of themselves a little bit there. If that wasn't offsides, they were a step behind and Miller got a hold of that ball. We'd have a different story here right now.
Playing the advantage there, spinning it wide, didn't get it, but at least they have now the ability to kick downfield. Not a great kick, though. Not a great kick.
Great kick that time from Warner, but we're going to have an AIC lineout here. They've had to replace Corey Monson. Seems to have hurt his shoulder. Not sure who that.
Antina in Wisconsin is not going to be happy with that kick.
Sorry, Antina. He'll try better next time. That's just inside the Iona half. We're going to have an AIC lineout here. Slow down here as we pay attention to a couple of injuries. Referee Gilliam says we're set to go. Waves hello to the fence. And the ball's up in close hands. Here we go, here we go, here we go. And here's the
I think that was Malik Walker that came in there and imposed his will instantly.
He's in there. As the ball's come back AIC way again. Kabir chips it through, finds a little space there, but Standback back on it. Standback forced to kick. Takes a little shot there. That's exactly what happened is opts to run into the crowd rather than the space. And Werner again finds a way over there because that's the comes up with this as ball rolls into touch, and we're going to have an Iona lineout. Groundhog zone again.
Groundhog Day all over again, and Yogi Berra with deja vu all over again, kicking away possession. What the Sam Hill?
I don't have a problem with that.
Really?
No, they went to the corner. It's either a chase, you go pick it up and you're scoring, or it's a line out, and then they seem to be contesting the lineup, but they pin Iona back there. I'm impressed with his patience with this. The guy who's patience may have props a little bit, Christian Adams, trying to break many tackles, trying to score that winning try. He's got to chill. I think everybody's got to chill a little bit.
Iona goes to Scola again and gets a big maul here. Takes him about 15 meters out. Back to Amity. The flanker comes center. Ball down, and we've Gilliam calling a penalty there for, well, we're not straight in the line. I think we're not straight in the line. I call offsides.
I'm going to have to respectfully disagree. In a 12-7 match, 3 points matter. You could make it a 2-score game, right? You're pressing, you have control of the ball, you're asking questions left and right. Keep it.
Folks, I'm standing in between these two. If they keep disagreeing, I'm worried about what's going to happen. I'm not sure how my money's on that.
You ignorant, misguided.
Come on, AIC, let's go! Your game!
And here we go. Ball moves downfield. It's going to be an Iona hooded. Ball up. Mascola, not the as in they come, but offsides there. Yeah,
to move off the mark. They didn't. They just came running in there. So really kind of a dumb first penalty by Iona.
Players might not be expected to be a 12-7. That was Stanback gets a pass over the boom. It's able to make a couple of meters there.
The kick didn't find touch. I'm not sure. I can't tell if he found touch and it was just a quick in, but they try to get that one further out so there's no play. Counterattack from Iona.
He missed touch.
Yeah.
Referee blows. We get a little bit of handbags in here. Tight game. And these players are none too thrilled with each other.
You can feel it in the crowd. This is an electric atmosphere here. You got just a perfect day for rugby. People are still filing in, and you got a battle. It's a beautiful day.
Absolutely. We're just very vocal AIC fans here. And really exciting time. Talking to and Nick Franklin. We have a prop and we have a center going out. It's going to be another penalty, but red card's not what you want to see.
Well, we saw something. Somebody got flipped over. That's all I saw was sort of the second action, which often you'll see. But there must have been something that probably prompted that, and the referee probably saw that also.
Anybody? We got a prop coming off, and Kawasaki has been a big runner. We got Nick Franklin, who's been, really part of this AIC team. Bigger loss?
That's a tough question to answer. At this point, you've got the battles up front, and I'd say that, if anything, AIC might have the advantage here.
I don't know, but we have, I believe, a knock on there. Scrum Iona. Come here, yet again, going to be Iona ball. And prop there. Yep, this could make a difference.
Yeah, it's if you have it planned for your prop at a certain time, which is on a high level of rugby, that's one thing. But this instance, with your heart and soul in there, coming out, that's a little bit different. We'll see how it pans out.
And we do have a replacement coming in here. We'll see who Coach McLean. I think he's down in front rows at the moment. So we're going to get into to get this done. This could make an interesting change here.
This is like a good old-fashioned kind of like, one of those movie upset movies, like Mystery Alaska, Lace Boys, things like that. The team you expect, the team that has fair game still.
The one to turn it over to AIC. AIC wastes no time looking for the possession. Kabir putting a chase in there. Marshall has nothing to do but kick it up, and here we have an AIC attack. Very close in. As it looks like it was Jihad Kabir.
You've got some veteran leadership in that locker room again with the coaching staff of Iona and Jeff Rosenberg and Jim Daly, old war horses. See if their influence will pay off here.
Looking for his next round, but over the stands amount to much. I can see the hands in from here, and we're going to have a hands-in penalty against Iona. Your AIC right now, time winding down to the
Wide was not working. Defense by Iona has been terrific. But, we kind of thought the dam would have broken about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Antina's dancing in Sheboygan.
He just got on the list. Right?
Great match, just great match. We've seen a little bit of everything. We've seen some great runs with some great tackling, some great defense. Both teams put on a show for us here today, guys.
The show is still going on here. Iowa defense has no intention of letting down. AIC tries to power the ball forward. You know, the AIC is going to play a bit of position here, but maybe not as Kabir is looking for a pass on to Matt Jones. As we take a hit there as AIC puts it out. The ball is in stand back hands. Stand back has the play. Stand back right as an AIC player comes bouncing. They'll release the play there.
Those Yellow Jackets are impressive.
Yellow Jacket fans here happy. I think they see a good result in this bowl game. As tournament director Steve Ciano looks wonderful in the back. Steve, you're the Lord's man. Get out of the way. Thank you.
I'm the Lord's man.
Thank you, Steve Ciano. Living legend. As Pierce Mara, the referee, comes walking in.
He's going to walk right through our frame of
Fairfield Pop graduate. Come on, Blake! As AIC, another penalty, and Blake Gergel had a great game at hooker. Looking there as Warner looks to come in and mishandled there. Skylar Adams, the prop, mishandled the ball. Who would have thought?
I've been completely wrong on just about everything so far today, so yeah. Just blame me.
I can't keep Kabir because he got carded. Get Warner.
Quick note about John DeLara, who's throwing it in as the hooker. Bruce McLean says he basically epitomizes everything we want with Iona Rugby. And it's one heck of a match today. And just as I said,
Malik Walker, the very big sophomore. Spills the ball forward. He's heading to the zone there. A little too fancy with that.
Yeah, Malik Walker happens to be a sophomore. How about that for a scary stat?
And referee Gilliam.
Okay. Lots going on in the booth here. We've got folks coming in, asking questions.
Cement. I'm still player of the game. I got 3 of them. Clark or Werner or Adams.
Another scrum here for Iona, looks like, although Stanback seems to be on the wrong side of it.
I have no problem with either one.
No problem.
Thank you.
Stanback goes around to right side.
Okay.
Come on, Nana!
Antina. What? For Antina.
For Antina.
Referee Gilliam whistles it up. We're going to settle in again here, just around the 2-minute warning here at this URugby bowl game here at Mazzella Field, Iona Get ready for rugby all afternoon, folks, as in a little while you're going to see the University of Mary Washington, an up-and-coming program, take on the Temple Owls out of Philadelphia. And we'll chip on the action. Rugby Raffles McCarthy, always on the
No. Just no.
And great call of the game goes to Matt McCarthy.
Go!
That was Alex Goff's head spinning around.
As a ball drilled down the field. Iona looking a little unsure of themselves at the moment as AIC works it back. Want to end this game with a flourish.
Watch me cough up a whole skeleton. All right, guys, we got to start talking about man of the match, right?
Just some great players. Just a great game. But let's start with Iona here, down at the moment. Give us one of your players you thought was great.
Game, he didn't get to finish the game, so the guy who stepped in for him in center, who was playing flanker, Greg Evans, also played terrific.
For Iona, for you, Mr. McCarthy.
Moving into forward, really tackle, but there are 15 players that I could pick as man of the match for this one.
I would have to stick with Muscola there. Lineouts, kickoffs, running in the center. It's just a great play.
He's been got a couple of mistakes in his reading of the game and reading of the game. Making it clear, what I like is the fact that you've got a kid who has got a lot of individual talent, and he's trying to use his teammates. He's not coming back from Maryland to the Olympic Training Center, and so I'm going to run and try for 90 minutes. And that was a beautiful setup for Adams. Adams has worked very hard, and one of the guys who should get a nod, he's really tried to battle through, and I think of the backs, Adams has been great.
I think you really got to say this Iona defense has been outstanding. That's really the first, what you would call a soft try, and I hesitate to even call it that we've seen all game. What an outstanding defensive effort by Iona. But finally, at the end of the game, they let one out.
Game's over, right? Game's over, right? This is an emotional battle, and it was a lot tighter than the final score indicates.
Conversion is good. Curtis Werner.
Well, the score is now 26-7. It doesn't reflect what the game was. It was on a knife edge until the last 12 minutes or so. We know AIC can score quickly. They've finally scored sort of a quick try. But man, this has been really fun, and it shows the ball series, the matchups are often so very good, so very well constructed. You say, well, are these teams going to match up well? Iona and AIC don't really know each other. It was almost perfect.
And a kickoff there, knocked forward by an AIC player, but ball into touch. And we are going to have an Iona line out. I would say Mascola is going to be the recipient of this one again. We'll see if Iona can end with a consolation try. Really, scoreline does not reflect the quality of this game to start off this URugby Bowl series.
Some impressive players on both sides today, and some great futures ahead of them. So we should keep an eye on both of these teams going forward.
Advantage here for Iona as Iona forward in that maul. Working the ball to the back there. The Gales headed toward the line there. AIC wants to, keep this lead.
It's not over yet.
But early there, as Standback thinks about going quick, but they slow down just a little bit coming in from the side there.
A lot of controversy going on in the booth right now about our man of the match selections. We're going to have to go to the Supreme Court to get a decision, folks. Something about Chads and...
Yeah, it's going to come out 4-4. But for AIC, who are your players?
But you see, I'm the one filling out the form. So, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, he's got the conch.
That's 9/10 of the law. It's about Iona, late driving ball here. Powered in, that would really epitomize the season. surprised Nandifa Dubé piles it in there. I thought they were nearly going to get a penalty as the ball comes to Marrow, but a bit looking for some space, can't find it. And ball still alive here as Standback moves it into the number 8 Penarudi's hands.
I've got it.
Iona.
Assuming Iona. 3 for the winning team, 2 for the losing team.
Standback moves it here. Nick DeLara comes in. Ball goes into center. And we're still alive here with no time on the clock. We're not racing it.
Played some terrific rugby. They turned it on in the second half, but very late in the second half to actually open it up to a point where refreshingly transparent move by Coach Bruce McLean.
And that's about it. And that's it from the URugby broadcast for this game. We have
It's a time, let's give it 3 minutes. I can see like the meters are already going.
Microphones are being checked as we speak. We have them muted. Is it muted? Are you hearing it?
I'm talking to it again.
Check 1, 2, checking the microphones. Check 1, 2.
It's working. It's just maybe it's too close to your mouth or something. There, you do it. You do it.
Check 1, 2. Checking the microphones. Check. Alright, so now that works. But what I'm really confused about.
Sounds like when it cuts out when.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's too close.
It's not bad. It's working. That's all.
No, it's definitely working.
It's working.
It's not like it's definitely working.
Okay. So now my next goal.
Two headsets into there? Or?
Well, the thing is, now I'm not getting. My thing is now my phone into here isn't working. I can try a different one.
What do you need that for?
This is for them to hear themselves through the headsets.
Check 1, 2, 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 check 1, 2.
We're gonna go with Iona first. So the first MVP.
Do you want to do the second one, not the third one, or do you want to?
Alex, do you want to do this one as well? Because I can sit this one.
I can do this one. Well, I can do it too.
I don't care. I can sit out or whatever.
Congratulations.
I always like to get for this one.
And the second MVP of Iona College.
That's fine.
I will.
I'll sit this one out. It's okay. All right. Here you go. If you want to change out the halftime too, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I've got all the like story stuff on these guys.
We don't sound anything like tea and not enough money.
Yeah.
Coffee or anything?
I want to go to the VIP or tea.
And to the champions of the day, AIC.
I think we have.
But if we take a photo of it, can we print it out on that somehow?
I
there's only 2 for Iona on the sheet.
Yes, that there was.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no,
Thanks for reading.
you guys are all winners in my
Starts number 8 or something like that.
Praise!
So the summer, he said that the 1 through 15 is accurate. So all right, we don't know what the number is. Good.
We'll email this to Mary Washington with the pronunciations. The roster starts at number 8.
Probably. Who's doing
Hey, what you're doing is the other. We're doing the headsets and so on.
Alright, we fixed it or something? Holy mother of God, so there only need 2 of us then, right? What? So only need 2 of us? I think they solved the problem.
So, what problem?
My arm is so tired. I've been mailing 2 headsets.
And the third MVP.
So if Play Like Play holds the headset on his head now.
Finally, the Dudley the Girls Ball Championship Ball is awarded to AIC.
I can't log into Steven's account because I don't have
If I email it to you somewhere else, Mary Washington. Mary Washington.
Sausage and cheese on everything.
Lisa's singing the anthem next? Is she singing it for the 7th game?
No, I think just for the 15th game. Right, are we doing an anthem for the 7th game too?
Yeah.
No, just the 15th.
The one coming up right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, here's another Mary Washington. Maybe I have it here.
Alright, so what do I have to do?
You want her to sing over here?
I want her to sing down as far as she can so people can see her. Yeah, I mean, don't make yourself uncomfortable. Okay, let me see. What do I got to do here? I got to go to YouTube.
Check 1, 2. Check the microphone. Check 1, 2. Check. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Oh. 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2.